Coming to the last act of a dear friend, Deva comes to know that his friend's death was not natural. He was murdered. So he enters into a syndicate to find out the mystery of the murder, where he gradually reveals what was a huge memory behind Deva. You will know from the explanation. This company does export-imports at the port, so many people work as coolies in this company. Every coolie has to follow certain rules and regulations, because there is smuggling of many expensive things starting from gold here. The most smuggled is watches, which is very expensive. The informer also said that this logistics is being looked after by a man named Simon. But I don't know much about him, but I heard that he is a customs officer, and there is also a sapper. The informer is called a police officer. I know a lot of things. 8 years ago, an informant entered here. I heard something from him, but he is no longer traceable. Now the informer talks about a person named Dayal. This Dayal looks after the entire logistics. Even if there is a problem, it is his daily work to kill people. The officer says so. The informer is happy to hear it. In the meantime, news comes to Dayal that there is a police informer. Dayal then comes in front of all the coolies and calls number 137. The coolie number 137 is the informer. He comes forward and asks what happened. Dayal orders the informer's family to be killed. So now he begs to save the family, but to no avail. Dayal's men killed the informer's wife and child. The informer heard that on the phone. He got angry with Dayal. Dayal then says that the real police business has arrived. Saying this, Dayal handed over the informer to another person and started climbing the container with the mic in hand. Meanwhile, a crane was brought in front of the informer. Dayal climbed onto the container and ordered the informer to be hanged. Then in front of everyone, the informer was hanged by twisting the chain of the crane, seeing which other informants got scared. Dayal now announced that there are many informers in the guise of coolies. This is how everyone will die, and whoever finds the informer will get 2 crore rupees. The scene shifts to show the Deva mansion in another city, where 3 students come to stay. The manager of the Deva mansion informs them about the rules of stay. The rules state that no drinks can be served there. 3 students are shown a telephone and told not to forget it. It's Big Brothers. On that day again, Deva Mansion Day. So those who live in the mansion go to elder brother Deva for drinks, but don't dare to talk about having drinks, because my elder brother doesn't like it. But Deva is allowed from below. Everyone went downstairs and celebrated. One of them tells Deva that his dear friend Rajashekhar has died. Rajashekhar goes to the last rites ceremony with the manager of his mansion that will be stoked. But Rajashekhar's daughter Preeti doesn't really like it. Even the flower given by Deva is thrown away by Preeti, which is painful to see. But it still does not go away. There you watch everything from a distance until all activities are completed. At that time, Preeti and her sister were devastated after losing their father. At that time, Deva hears from someone who knows how many others will die. Deva feels the matter. So Rajashekhar goes to get information about where last worked, but I do not get correct information. After that, the post-mortem report of Rajashekhar will also be taken. The scene shifts to show Dayal. He can't be murdered suddenly by someone calling him. It can be dangerous. Meanwhile, Preeti comes to know that someone else has paid her sister's class fee. Preeti realizes who gave it, so she comes to Deva and gets angry. At that time, Deva's manager says that I gave the money of your father. Next day of your father, Preeti goes out to go to a place. Deva also comes there. Preeti then asks, will always follow? Shows it can be seen that both are different. So Deva tells Preeti, your father didn't die of a stroke. He was murdered. The one who committed the murder is also on you to attack. I'm here to protect only girl in your family. Preeti then gets a bit angry and says, so now you want to kill my father's killer. Don't make our lives difficult. More danger will come. Let us understand ourselves. Leave if you can." David then says, "Yes, I will fight the killer of Rajashekhar, because he was my dearest friend." David now comes to the man who told him how many more deaths he has to see. David came to him and asked about the death of Rajashekhar. The man brought a machine in a drunken state and showed him a machine saying that it was all of Rajashekhar. At that place, Rajashekhar collected many parts and made a mobile cremator. Through this mobile cremator, anything could be turned into powder in an instant. 5 years ago, Rajashekhar had this machine, presents the dream project to the government. There he says that with this mobile cremator, dead animals can be vanquished very easily. The environment will be fine. But government officials say people can also misuse this machine, so does not give approval. The man also told Deva that at that time, a syndicate named Simon had many enemies. He killed 22 people in one night. Someone tells him about Rajashekhar's machine to put the bodies to sleep. Rajashekhar again brought the parts for his machine through Kingpin Logistics. In that case, they know about the mobile cremator chair. That's why Rajashekhar is called by Simon. But he doesn't agree to vanish this body of Simon. By doing that, he gives him a lot of money for Simon. After hearing this, Deva asks if Rajashekhar was doing this while his daughter was with him. Mata's man says yes, they also know that there was love. Deva hears this and realizes that Rajashekhar's daughters are in danger. On the other hand, Dayal's body cannot be left like this just because someone called him. Disclose as before. Thinking about this, Dayal remembers the story of Rajashekhar's daughter. Dayal saw that his daughter was also present when Rajashekhar vanished the body, so orders his men to pick up Preeti. Preeti realizes that danger is coming, so she comes to Sister Hotel after a while. Dayal's men come there, but no one can touch Preeti. Deva comes there and kills everyone, then asks Dayal's men, "Who sent you here to catch Preeti?" Villain says Dayal will give Preeti to run the machine. Deva says, "I can do it." So that day takes Preeti to Dayal. Deva says, "Rajashekhar and I made the machine, so take me except Preeti." The time-killed villain says he could be a police informer. He was already present at the hostel. Dayal says that the informer will be caught now. Saying this, he calls someone. At that time, Deva was beaten by someone. Deva killed him and told Dayal, "You need to disclose the body. I need money. If you agree, tell me. If not, you're leaving." Dayal now agrees. After agreeing, Dayal brings a dead body to disclose, but Deva no longer knows how to disclose the body. On the other hand, Preeti saw 2 or 3 houses with her father that too 5 years ago. That's why Deva wants to take the help of that man through the phone, but he is drunk and staggered. Meanwhile, at last, Preeti succeeds. Within moments, a corpse vanishes and turns into powder, seeing which Dayal started laughing. Since then, Dayal also continued to vanish the body in this way, also receives exchange money. As a partner in vandalizing the body, Deva began to investigate Rajashekhar's death among the coolies of Kingpin Logistics, but some such information is not available there. So to find out all the secrets in that way, you have to reach Simon. Even the person from whom he asked about Simon one day vanished him. Sewer saw dead people's chests stitched. So is organ smuggling in Kingpin? We will know before him. In the meantime, Dayal was informed that an informer named Riddhi had entered our midst. Dayal took out the informer. Now Simon himself comes to kill the informer, even killed the informer with his own hands. On the other hand, David tells Preeti that your father used to work for them. They didn't kill your father, someone else killed your father. He can come to you too, so you leave these things and go somewhere else. Preeti then says, "You want to grab all the money alone, right?" David gets a little pained and says, "I'm here to find out the secret of my friend's death. Money addiction has awakened in you." Then Preeti gets emotional and says, "Dad was everything to me, but now I have lost my father too. Do you understand the pain of losing my loved one? Do you understand that I'm not doing this only for money? If I want to give Deva half of the money that day, Deva won't take it because he understands Preeti's side." Then Preeti says, "I know you had a relationship with my brother-in-law. I can't call you uncle. I will call you sir." Saying this, Preeti gives that picture to Deva. Deva gets emotional after seeing the picture. At that time, Dayal called Deva, called to take Preeti to come to the port. Deva says, "Preeti will not go. I'm going alone." Dayal tells her that Simon has called her. Deva is finally going to meet Simon. Deva brings Preeti to Simon. Simon looks familiar when he first sees Deva. After seeing Preeti, he asks what is her name. Preeti says his name. Then Deva was shown two dead bodies. Deva and Preeti were shocked to see one of the two bodies because there was a body that belonged to Dayal. Then a flashback scene is shown. Dayal is a police informer that has been working for 8 years, which Simon might know. So kill Dayal before killing others. At the same time, Simon tells his coolies that before killing Dayal, he can throw the 2 crore reward signboard on the coal hill that he will get 2 crores. Then everyone throws the signboard. Meanwhile, Simon continues to beat Dayal. "I will bury in the graveyard which is in front of the commissioner's house. The police should see the new grave and know that it is the grave of their informant." Saying this, Deva is asked to take Dayal's body. Deva was helpless and took the body away. But confusion arises in Preeti's mind. Even their people could bury the dead, but with them why? I feel like asking the same question. So Deva says to Preeti, "You will not stay in this job anymore. I will work for Simon from now on. I will know who Simon is with him. Moreover, I will find out the secret of your father's death." In the meantime, they came to the cemetery and started burying Dayal's body. On the other hand, Simon went down to have a party. When the burial was over, Deva and Preeti saw Dayal taking his hand out of the grave. Dayal saw it and pulled Dayal by the hand. Dayal then told Deva that, "I am the police. I have 2 children. Come, we will share the money equally to Deva and tell this to Simon." Simon then calls Deva and tells him that if he works for him, he will give something in return. After hearing this, Deva prepares to kill Dayal. Dayal begs to save himself. Seeing that Preeti is also delusional, Preeti asks him to leave Dayal. He says that he can bury someone else in his grave. He has a family, but Deva does not kill him. Meanwhile, the villain comes. Dayal has been buried. Seeing that 200 crores were lost, Deva then approaches Simon and Simon is happy with Deva's actions. In return, he now shows how Rajashekhar was killed. Dayal actually killed Rajashekhar after seeing Deva, but then it is seen that Deva helped Dayal to escape without killing him. Dayal also keeps Preeti with him, fearing for his life. But Deva got angry at this. But he then asked everyone, what did Rajashekhar Dayal say in his ear before his death? Everyone is silent. Simon says that only Dayal knows what he said, and now Dayal is dead. Meanwhile, Dayal calls Deva. "Let me live if you are in danger. Preeti is now in my charge. As long as I don't tell Simon I'm alive, the safe will stay. Besides, you must have known by now, I killed Rajashekhar who?" Deva doesn't care about this. Deva just asks what Rajashekhar told her before his death. Dayal tells powerhouse scene shifts and takes us back to 30 years, when Deva was a gangster and used to drink powerhouse drinks all day. Deva started making those powerhouse drinks. At that time, the villain came to Deva's ear and said, "I will open the grave and see if Dayal is there at all." At that moment, Deva pulls out a sword and starts beating the villain with shock Simon. Pistol pointed to give Deva tells her that I called her first and said that Dayal is alive. But he did not want to kill that kind man. "There is a relationship between them, I know that," says Simon. "I will see about him later." At that time, the person close to that villain came to kill Deva, and Deva finished him off. Seeing that, in a drunken state, Simon says to Deva, "Where did I see you?" Then Deva quietly came out. At that time, Dayal called Deva, says that you will work as a police informer from now on to keep your friend's daughter alive. Deva smiles and says, "Okay." At this stage, the scene is taken back in the day of Rajashekhar's death is shown. Rajashekhar comes to the secret room of Kingpin Logistics to find something. Dayal sees that, so Dayal started beating Rajashekhar there. Rajashekhar then says that he will kill me and publish everywhere natural death. If my people know about murdering me, then they will kill you. Hearing this, Dayal laughs. He says, think what will happen to your 3 daughters if you die then. Rajashekhar laughs. He says, you can't even go near them. Even your bosses can't go. My people will kill everyone if you try to go. Then Dayal laughs and says, tell him to come. I will wait. Tell him, what will he really say? Rajashekhar comes close to Khan and says, powerhouse. Dayal laughs and kills Rajashekhar. The scene shifts to the present day. Dayal tells Preeti how he killed Rajashekhar. Said your father begged for his life before his death. On the contrary, Rajashekhar was very happy. Preeti feels pain knowing these things about her father's death. Then Dayal moved to another place with Preeti. From there he called Deva and said, from now on you have to listen to what I have to say. If you don't listen, Preeti will die in my hands. On the other hand, you will die in the hands of my people. So as Dayal said, first he goes to a port, takes money from someone. And Dayal tells him that there is a key there. That key will be given to a boy in a certain place. The money, Dayal then asks Deva to provide a photo of the bag as proof. Deva does that too. At this stage, Arjun is seen falling in love with one of their workers. Arjun is afraid to tell his father about the love affair. So he told his lover, I will tell someone even if I can't tell my father. On the other hand, Dayal gives Deva another task, said to bring a document from Kingpin's secret room. Devagi searches for that document as per Dayal's advice to save Preeti. While going towards the secret room, Arjun comes to have a word with Deva. Deva got a bit scared at that time. This is how he gets caught. Then Arjun managed to enter the secret room with the password and saw that some goons who had received a reward of 2 crore rupees were detained there. Seeing Deva, the goon said, kill him and we will share the money. Deva says it's okay, because Deva can see the document of the person who has 2 crore rupees. But later, the goons tell Deva the password to enter this room. You don't need to know how he got in. Deva doesn't answer and kills everyone. Mafia. All the crime files are here. There is also a list of whose heart will be taken in front. Then Deva saw Preeti's name. The man said that I actually used to work with police informant Dayal. Now Deva comes to someone to get Dayal's full information. There Deva finds out that Dayal's real name is Dilip. He was a constable sent to Kingpin under an alias. Moreover, he has a family. At that time, Deva's manager called Deva, who was following Dayal again. Deva List tells his manager, keep an eye on Preeti. After the document, Dayal asks Deva to do one more thing. This time the task is to kill Simon's son Arjun. Deva doesn't want to do that, because only Arjun is good. But then Dayal threatened to kill Preeti. So Deva came to Arjun becoming helpless, took him in the car. Arjun is happy because he can talk about his love today. But Deva kept driving towards the deserted area. In this, Arjun realizes that Deva will kill him today. Arjun was given a piston later, but don't kill. He brought the car to a place and stopped. Arjun finds his lover there. At that time, Arjun's car was being followed by one of Simon's men. He calls Simon again. But Simon doesn't catch it the first time, because he was meeting with the international mafia. When he called again, this time Simon picked up. Dhara knows that Arjun has come to one place with Deva. Simon hears this and tells Arjun to keep an eye on him. Then Simon asks Arjun himself and asks, where is he now? Arjun lies. So Simon instructs his men to take action if something goes wrong. Meanwhile, Deva asks Arjun to go to his lover and orders him to go somewhere far away. And he also left from there. After a while, Dayal texted Deva and said, you made a mistake. The next day, Dayal took Preeti to a high-rise building and fearing to be thrown away from there, because Deva did not kill Arjun. Then Deva begged for Preeti, but then her appearance changed. First she said to Dayal that your name is Dilip. I know your treasure room. Check if there is anything in there. Dayal sent the guy and see nothing. Then Deva says, you think I am a raw player? Or at this stage, Deva will video call Dayal's wife Kalyani. It is shown that Dayal's bow was actually Arjun's girlfriend by placing Deva on the vanishing chair. Dayal understood that message. Seeing these things, Dayal is forced to leave Preeti. Preeti then slaps Dayal as revenge for her father's death. Even the rope with which Preeti was tied to her hands and neck and turned into a dog went away. Meanwhile, a person from Deva mansion calls Deva and informs that 10 goons have come here. Deva says she is coming. At that time, Rajashekhar's friend who told all about Rajashekhar to Deva asked Deva, your Coolie number 5821? No. Deva says yes. The man then says, whoever dials 5821 on your phone is your daughter. Rajashekhar told me this. Deva is surprised to hear that she has a daughter after so long. So I started running towards the mansion. Meanwhile, Arjun shows anger on Kalyani. Kalyani then says that I also fell into Dayal's trap and did these things. Arjun's heart softens, so he unties Kalyani's hand. Then Kalyani becomes terrible and starts beating everyone. Everyone knows that she's also an informer. Followed, once the road is found, people are caught and beaten with love. Then Dev's manager started taking Preeti towards the station. Meanwhile, Deva came to the mansion and asked Preeti's two sisters if their father is Rajshekhar. The two sisters said yes. In the meantime, Deva is informed that all the goons are surrounded. Deva then played music throughout the mansion and started beating everyone. Meanwhile, Preeti meets Dayal in the train. Then Preeti remembers that her father once told her that in case of danger, there is a number given in her phone to call the porter number 51. Remembering this father's words, when Preeti called that number from her mobile, Deva's phone received a call. Deva's man turned off the fight and asked Deva to pick up the phone. Deva then realizes that Preeti is his daughter. But I can't talk for long, because by that time Dayal attacked Preeti. In this, Preeti's phone fell down. Meanwhile, Deva appears in full action mode. He kills everyone. Then someone called to send people to the station. Meanwhile, Deva's manager gets down from the train with Dayal to save Preeti. But in the end, the manager lost his life in the hands of Deva. But Preeti goes to the safe zone a bit. Just then Kalyani says from the train, I am looking into Preeti's matter. You go and look for Arjuna's car. There are important documents. Dayal finds the car. Dayal made a video call to Simon from that car. Simon was then preparing for a video call meeting with a man named Daha. But then he got a call from Dayal. Simon was surprised to see Dayal alive like this. Dayal then says that God is behind everything. That's all playing. If you want to stop him, send the station man. Rajshekhar's daughter Preeti. Saying this, Dayal killed Arjuna in a video call. That sees Simon was very angry. It is natural to be angry because his son has been killed. Meanwhile, more goons come to beat Deva. When Deva then wanted to go to save her daughter, the goon threw an axe at Deva from behind, which hit Deva's body. Then goon says, I know you are a coolie. You have 18 companions. Today I will finish everyone one by one. On the other hand, City Mari Deva. In this city tune, all the coolies get scared and start beating all the gangsters. Deva then said, we are not 18 people, we are 19 people. Called a person named Kalisha. Kalisha then plays. After that, all the coolies started beating the gangsters at will. On the other hand, Kalyani comes and tells Preeti that Deva sir has sent me. Saying this, they get into the car. But someone traps Kalyani in the car. The people of Deva saw that and called Deva and told them. Basically, those who pick up Kalyani along with Preeti are Simon's people. It was even brought to Simon's hideout. Simon then came to Kalyani and asked Dayal by video call, what is your relationship? Both then say we have no relationship. Dayal says, I killed Arjuna on the order of Deva. Simon says to Kalyani, my only son is dead for you. At that time, when Kalyani tried to kill Simon with the stolen item, Simon killed Kalyani with it. Kindly see that again in the video call. Simon then tells Dayal, stay away from me. I will finish you wherever I find you. Saying this, he threw the phone away in anger. Simon comes to Preeti when Dayal's chapter closes. Ask Preeti who is yours. Regards, sir. Simon says your sir is coming to save you. At that time, Deva came there. Deva then called Simon. I believed you, but you left Dayal. My son is dead today because Dayal was released. Today I lost my son for you, but you have no one. So I will beat my dear friend's daughter in front of you. Deva then tells him not to kill Preeti. Asks to kill himself. At that time, Simon said that the heart trafficking was Dayal's. I didn't care, now I will blow my nose. I know you didn't come here just for love, so I will introduce you today. Call someone Simon. Then tells him to take Preeti to the operation theatre. Will connect with walkie-talkie. The heart will open as soon as I say. As soon as this order was received, Preeti was taken inside and kept in the operation room. Meanwhile, Deva now gives his full identity. That said, I am a coolie. 35 years ago in an export-import company, we were a total of 7 people with 19 survivors. There I met Rajshekhar while working as a coolie. Once a good relationship developed between the two. I even got married to his sister. And yes, Preeti is not Rajshekhar's daughter. Preeti is my daughter. Deva then added, a police raid was conducted in our company. That day we came to know that illegal cargo was being transported through us. About 500 coolies were arrested by the police even though we were innocent. Approaching 500 people, the police said that if we admit 100 people are involved in smuggling, the remaining 400 people will survive. Then, Rajashekhar forbade me to write my name among the 100. He said,
If he writes the name, then he will have no relation with me. He will even take my sister away from me. Then family versus Coolie came in front of me. I didn't choose Coolie K. At one point, the owner took from us. Then 100 of us were taken on a ship to a refugee camp where the owner was. But we were actually not being taken to the refugee camp. The plan was to kill us in the middle of the sea. But we coolies resisted them. 40 of us died in that resistance. But we finished Malik. After saying this, Deva tells Simon that the owner was your father that day, and I killed your father. If you don't say it again and again, I feel familiar, because you were there too. Hearing this, Simon's head became hot. He says, I could not do anything because I was young, but now I will finish. Then the fight started between the two. After being injured in the fight, Simon says, even if I can't kill you, someone will finish you. Deva says, tell him to come. At that time, when Simon ordered Preeti to kill Preeti on the walkie-talkie, he saw that the walkie-talkie was not working, because by that time Kalisha appeared there and killed everyone. Meanwhile, Deva makes a rope by attaching the clock to the clock. Simon's chapter closes with the rope made from that clock. As Simon's empire continued to be destroyed, a group came with guns and surrounded everyone, including Deva. Then they tied their faces and brought them to one place. The police arrested their informers too. Once the international mafia Daha and his father came by helicopter. Daha came and shot dead all the informers without saying a word. Then Daha takes permission from his father to kill the coolies and stops to kill Deva first. Then the flashback is shown again. On the way to the refugee camp, Deva Kalisha kills all the Simon's father's soldiers, even Simon's father. Daha was with father on that ship at that time. So Daha says to Deva, you are Deva. How many places have I looked for you, but nowhere to be found? I have wanted to be your right hand since that day, but I didn't get it anymore. Now when I get it, tell me if it will work as my right hand. Deva says, first talk to your father. Daha's father starts shaking seeing Deva, because he knows what Deva is. So Deva was not asked to compromise. On the other hand, the boy tells Daha that the settlement has been made with him. Release all the coolies. At that time, Dayal was also brought there. As Daha proceeds to kill Dayal, Deva says, this is my victim. This time, a hole was dug with a crane for Dayal. Dayal remembers Raja Shekhar until the moment before his death. Raja Shekhar told him, one will come who will be the boss of all. Finally, Dayal saw with his own eyes. Deva then asks, what is your last word? Dayal says, powerhouse. After hearing this, Deva hits Dayal with his head and throws Dayal into the